What's up, guys? Welcome to tutorial number 2 for AE Tuts with Ryan. Today we're going to be creating a Nightcrawler inspired teleportation effect inside of Adobe After Effects CC 2017, which is what I'm using. Let's just see what we'll be creating today. Alright, so pretty simple. Teleporting effects are always really simple. It's just a little masking, clean plate, stuff like that. So let's just hop right into After Effects. I'm going to start out by importing my footage and dragging it into a new composition. Now we're going to duplicate our footage, call the top one main footage, and the bottom layer clean plate. So we're going to start out by going in a little bit and right clicking on our clean plate to time and freeze frame. That will freeze frame it and we have our clean plate. Now I'm going to cut the video a little bit, cut my comp work area to the spot where I will be going, which is on the roof. It's right there. So I'll hit B on the keyboard, right click on the work area and trim comp to work area, which is going to give me the work area that I'm going to be using. So if I'll go in a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is find the spot where I teleport, go in a few frames. Oh, looks like it landed. Go in a few frames, do the jump, right there, looks good. Now I'm going to zoom in my work area, and on my main footage layer I'm going to hit on my keyboard Control-Shift-D or Command-Shift-D if you're on a Mac, which is going to duplicate the layer and split the layer. So now I'll call main footage 2, which has just been created, mask. Actually, body mask. That'll make it easier. Don't confuse anything. Now, if I named it body mask, I'm going to have to mask it, so I'll just mask around my body quickly. Okay. Now that body is masked out, we're going to go into the mask settings by hitting M, or we can just go into mask settings. Now with the mask, I'm going to look at the expansion a little bit. I'm going to bring it into the negatives, which is going to basically implode my body. So I'm going to bring it into the negatives. Don't worry about this overlapping on the layers, we'll fix that later. Bring it into the negatives just so you can still see it, but you can see the sharp edges. And we're going to feather it out maybe 6 or 7 pixels. We'll go 7. So now we're going to move the expansion back to 0, and we're going to put a keyframe on that. Now with that keyframe on the expansion, we're going to go forward, say about 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. And we're going to change the expansion until the body's gone. It doesn't have to be exactly a number, just until it's gone. It would be about -40 for me. Excuse me. So now let's take a look at what that looks like. Yeah, it just kind of looks like it disappeared. You can see the implosion of the body. Now, like I said, the background shifts, as you can see. So it's a little bit up on this layer. So I'm going to take it. Let's see. Actually, this clean plate is not the same. Well, this clean plate is the beginning of the video. That's where the background's coming from. Yet this main footage layer is from later in the video. So what I need to do is basically get rid of my clean plate. Now I'll duplicate this main footage layer, and I'll call this one clean plate. then I'm going to take this and I'm going to freeze frame this, but you can also see that the actor is still there even when you do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this body mask just for a few minutes, just for reference. I'm going to find the mask. I'll just delete that. And there I am going back in. Actually, I'll delete this clean plate. You just need this body mask too. Alright, this is going to be our clean plate. So I'm going to hit Alt left bracket, which is just going to trim that. And I'm going to go time, freeze frame. And I'll move that to the bottom. And I'll call that clean plate. That'll work. Alright. So there's our clean plate for the layer. And now the background really doesn't move at all. Okay. Now, except for you can see the clouds moving. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to take the main footage and I'm just going to make a rough mask around the house or whatever your background is if you are outside. And just to cut the clouds so you don't see any false movement. Oh, whoops. Don't know what I did there. Alright. Now we can connect that. And that main footage is just being projected on the house and this yard. The clean plate is going to stay. So those clouds are going to stay there the whole time. So now that we have our implosion, also you can see this reflection in the mirror. You can see with these few frames it just disappears, it doesn't implode. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm also going to draw a rough mask around, whoops, shape layer. I'm going to draw a rough mask around this window so you can see the body, and we can have that come in as well. So with this, I'm going to go to mask 2, which is this window. I'm going to set the expansion down a little bit, feather it out, move the expansion to all the way in, and to 0. And now, if all goes well, and we look at both of those, yeah, they both implode. So it should look like this. Which looks really good. Alright, now, the smoke itself for the Nightcrawler effect can be found in the description. I provided you all with a pack that has black smoke, purple smoke, and 2 teleportation sounds. And this README file is just basically saying if you have a black smoke, if you use the black smoke effect and you apply a tint to it, which I can show you. If you take this black smoke effect, I have to put it on my desktop, and you import it to After Effects, if you apply a black smoke to it, or a tint to it, excuse me, well, first what you're going to want to do is set the blending mode to multiply, which is going to get rid of the white. If you want to go to your effects and presets panel, or I am using Video COPILOT's FX console, which is just basically the effects and presets panel, but when you hit whatever shortcut you put in, it'll bring it up anywhere, so you don't have to go over there. So if you apply a tint, you can apply that, and then you can use something like hue, saturation, or actually, speaking of Video COPILOT, I'm going to use their VC Color Vibrance effect, which along with the FX console pack is completely free. Both of those are free, so you can go ahead to their website. I can put a download link or a website link for that in the description as well. So basically you can choose from any color here, but for now I'm just going to get rid of both of those and just have the black. Now, this is coming out like that. So, since it's going to the left, I'm going to rotate it and scale it down. Now, something I like to do is give this smoke effect a little bit of a mask too, so it just doesn't appear out of anywhere. So I'll do that, and then I'll feather that mask and change its expansion as well. So come in here, and I'll go forward a few frames, and I'll move that out. Okay, that should look pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, that does look pretty good. That's a little early. Let me move that in. Yeah, and it's coming over right here, over the roof a little bit, which doesn't really look realistic. So I'm going to take this, and because there's already a mask in there, I'm going to Shift or Control Shift C, which is going to pre-compose the layer. I'm going to move all attributes. That's just moving the mask. And I'm going to call this black smoke, just again. I don't know why my M key is not working. So I'm just going to call this teleport. And there's the white background again. So you're just going to go back into blending mode and set that to multiply. And now I can just turn my Bezier off, make a little bit of mask along the roof. That might come out a little bit. So. Now it's not going to go over the roof, it's just going to look like it's going on the roof, basically. So now that's there, I can trim that so I don't get confused. And now for what I did for this part of the effect, where he teleports and falls off, excuse me, I basically just took here's the clean plate. So I'm going to need to split this layer again and get rid of the masks. And there's me going inside. Alright, this is the weird part. What I did was I jumped in the air to simulate the look that I was falling in the air. So if I took that and I masked around it and positioned it anywhere, it would kind of look like I was falling in the air. So what I'm going to do is that very thing. I'm going to mask around here to position it to fall out of the air. Jesus, this is weird. Sing, swing, savor the sing, as she severs you, Madam Guillotine. Alrighty, there we go. So now that we have that mask, we're going to alt left bracket, which is going to trim it, and we're going to right click and freeze frame. So now we have our mask, and whoops, look at that. We can move it anywhere, like off the roof. So, if you look in the video, I land on looking to my left, or in our case, to my right. So, we don't want to have the body to the left, so I'm going to take that scale, I'm going to unlink it, and I can change the X value to -100. And and then I can link it again. So now it's looking to the right. So now I can move it. Now, let's see. Teleport, and about, I'll have it right there, is when it comes in. I'm actually going to pre-compose this, and I'm going to call it body fall. And I'm just going to get rid of it for now, so it's still my project panel right there, but I'm just going to get rid of it for now. Alright, so right there, he comes in, and then I'm going to take my main footage, wherever it is, duplicate it, move it up, so that now it's continued. Gotta get it back. To the point where I jump to make it look like I just fell, which is right here. A little bit. Right there. Okay. Now I'm just going to Alt left bracket, which is going to trim that. And this is the point. I'm going to move it over so it has time to teleport. I teleport there. And this is when I'm going to add in the body fall. We're just going to go above the main footage too. I'm also going to feather this mask inside of here, just to not make it look so weird. I'm going to put that at about 3. Okay, now I can Alt left bracket this and add in black smoke for the second part of the teleportation. I'm going to blending mode, multiply, scale it down a little bit, maybe right there, and as it teleports, so there's my body, my actual body, and here's the body fall. I'm going to take the position, and this is the last frame where it's going to be. So I'm going to put it like right here. Probably okay, maybe like right there, because we're going to take the puppet tool in a little bit, and we're going to puppet it around in the air, so that it does look like that it's going to fall. So, now, wherever, why is that there? Now that's there. It's got to be short so it doesn't look too cheesy. And then, actually you can get rid of it once your main body comes in. So, this is going to look good. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. It's kind of stalling. Oh, duh. We gotta turn on the motion blur. We're just gonna really simulate that. So you can go ahead and turn on motion blur. And I'm also going to use a directional blur. It's already at 0, so I'm gonna bump it up a little bit. Not too much though. Then you can see that's too much blur. Maybe like 7. Okay, yeah. Now is time for the fun. So you're going to take the puppet tool on the body fall layer, which is the masked layer, and you're going to solo it, make it easier. Put one on the head, it's auto tracing. The left and right arm, left and right elbow, around your stomach area, your knee, your foot, your knee. Alright, now this is your main body. So now that I do that, I can unsolo it. And then I can come in to the puppet effect, go to mesh 1, or no. Go to the puppet effect, and compositing options, no. Deform. So mesh 1, deform. So these are your 10 puppet points, which are the points in where your body is. So we're going to go to the point where the body is finished falling, which is around here, right there. And we're going to try to match almost the position of right here, your main actor video layer, with the last frame of the fall. So it looks like I'm kind of lying on the ground, so I'll take my legs up in the air. So I'll take my leg, my arms kind of down. Doesn't have to be perfect since falling at such a fast rate. Actually, I'm going to move my arm up just because it's closest. I didn't mean to do that. Alright. It doesn't have to be a lot, it just has to sell the effect. So we can see how that looks right now. This is really choppy. I cut that too short. Maybe one more frame. Okay. So it looks like adding this layer and this layer on top of each other won't really mess anything up. So basically this is the effect. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's alright. Alright guys, that is the teleportation tutorial inside of Adobe After Effects. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to email us at aetutswithryan@gmail.com. That's AETUTS with Ryan, RYAN, @gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to, if you want, to subscribe, and I'll see you with the next tutorial. Thanks.